Hello everyone, do another gameplay video here. This time I'm going to be talking about Midrange Sword. I know that Tempest of the Gods just came out today, but I felt like this game was kind of really interesting, and I wanted to maybe just let this be the last video of Rise of Bahamut. So you can see the list up there. One thing unique about this list is that I run 2 Gabriels, which I think is a really synergistic card with Midrange Sword. It does a lot of... it just has a lot of power. It's a little bit inconsistent. Sometimes you draw it and they don't have a creature in play, but there's a lot of upside where you can play it on 7 and buff your Tsubaki, or you can play it on 8 and buff your Quick Blader, and you can also play it on 10 with a Novice Trooper. Previous list that I was playing didn't have any 7 drops, and I felt like I wanted something to do on 7 that just kind of fit the curve, and this card was it's been pretty good so far. So let's start here. We're playing against the Blood deck. It could be either aggro or control, both pretty even matchups, I think. So just a standard mulligan, get rid of the Gabriel. We don't want it in our opener. So our hand's not bad. I'm probably going to lead with the Maid Leader just because you want to mitigate the tempo loss that comes from playing with a 1/1 for 2. Get our Alberts in our hands. No 1-drop, that's good for us. Usually it's really annoying if they have a 1-drop. But so he plays a Blood Pact, which is, I think, a pretty good indicator that he's playing some sort of control deck. He's not playing aggro. So we just curve out like normal. Play the Maid Leader. Probably play the Archer next turn. We'll see. It's okay with passing. Just keep playing our hand. So I'm pretty sure this is a pretty bad matchup for us. Control Blood. They have a ton of heals, ton of removal, and a really robust late game plan. So we have to really manage our resources well to win, I think. Like, we don't have any ways to recover if we just run out of cards early. So we have to keep the tempo high and just keep putting pressure on him through board presence. Just play out our hand, get aggressive. And this is pretty bad for us. Just a lot of control, a lot of tempo he's gaining from this. Not much we can do about that, but you know, I want to hold I'm gonna save our evolve points. I think I value our evolve in like matchups where it gets pretty grindy. I think evolves are really, really important, and you want to save them as you can. Here I opted to just go for the Floral Fencer because I wanted to just keep the tempo high, and I think since I've started on the going second and the 3 evolve points, I can afford to use one here just to keep my tempo plays high. I could have just traded and played like Whole Soul Swing, but I think that's just low tempo. It's not really accomplishing anything. But this actually forces him to respond. Uses up his last evolve point, which is good for us, I think. Get that out of the way. Like, these evolves can be a problem later. But now that we got rid of all of it, I feel pretty good about this. But he just clears and heals back up to 20. Next turn, just play Geno. Just because, again, high tempo play, builds a board. Again, right, saving our revolves, don't need to do anything cute or fancy, don't need to do any greedy. Like, Wardrobe Raider's not going to win the game there. We don't need to, like, try to... He still has so many cards in hand. Like, that Geno's not going to do anything other than that. So here I played something different. I don't want to use any evolves to clear this thing, just because in the end it's still just a Goblin Mount Demon. Like, it's not that big of a deal. So I decided to use both my swings here, just because it seems like the most efficient way to deal with this card. Swing's not so good anymore. And it's not even particularly good against this matchup because it's against like Queen Vampire, but I don't think that right now we needed to get rid of that demon. I think it was going to be a pretty big problem. This was nice sequence for us. He plays a Nip Lancer and allows us to get a really nice trade off with our Fang Blade. Very clean. Again, right? We just constantly, every turn we play, we're putting pressure on him. We're just putting, like, it's just, and every turn he's dealing with our stuff, which is just how these matchup goes, really. But eventually, I mean, if we play our cards right, I think just by having these 2 evolve points, it's like a pretty big threat for him. So he has to play like a different way. Maybe he has to play super defensively. He might have to be aggressive with his removal, and eventually he'll run out. And just right now, just keeping up the tempo. Not letting him. We're also drawing pretty well. Like, we drew the Dance of the Death last turn, which is a nice answer to this Goblin Mount Demon. And we also draw another nice draw here, just because it lets us clear him. Gets rid of that bat that comes from Vite. How do you say it? Vite? White? I don't know, whatever. So I'm feeling pretty good right now. I still have an Alwida's Command, which is really nice. Again, a huge tempo play, and I still have my Albert. So I'm just gonna keep the pressure going. Just keep it going. He's just gonna keep killing all my stuff. This card's pretty good. Yeah. But we have a good way to deal with this card. Like, Alwina's is pretty effective at dealing with these bats, especially. Yeah. So I don't think I play the Geno here because this is good enough to deal with the vampire. We don't need to play the Geno, and I'd rather save the Geno for the enhance just because I want to get value off of it. And right now I can just. My board itself can deal with this vampire. I don't need to be too aggressive. And I get paid off a little bit. He plays a creature I can kill with the Geno. A clean kill here. So that's really nice for us. So I'm feeling pretty good right now, like especially after his sequence there. He's still really on the back foot right now, but he's not at a threatening life total right now. So I'm just gonna keep trucking. Unfortunately, he opens our Geno, which use some value there, but I think it's fine. It's fine for us. It served its purpose. So here was interesting. I could have maybe tried to go for like a 2-turn evolve Albert kill, but I think that's just a bit too aggressive. Like, you don't need to do that. And he still has like a bunch of cards in hand. He probably still has a Revelation. It's nice that I drew Gabriel. Like, at least this turn. Next turn he's still dead, so at least this is a little more conservative. So I think I like playing it like this way, so that way I can at least just make sure I can kill him. Yeah. So any Albert that survives for a turn, right? I can probably just kill him because I have Gabriel, but I think that's a bit of a tall order to expect these Alberts to survive. So here I use an evolve just because, again, he is feeling the pressure. He's only got 3 cards, so I think I can be. This is the time to use my evolves. Like, next turn I threaten to kill him with Gabriel. Like, and it's great because he doesn't know, right? Like, he can maybe underestimate how much damage I can do with this. He calls me, which is pretty. It's pretty good. So this turn, I just go for an Alwida's. Again, I'm still just trying to draw stuff out. And this is just the most efficient card here, so I just play it. Just draw out some stuff. It gives Revelation, which is really nice. Which is good for us now. Now I feel a little safer going for the aggro play or the Quick Blader and Gabriel. So I decide to evolve here because I have Dance in hand now. I feel a little more comfortable since he played his Revelation. So if he just doesn't do anything next turn. I can, like, Gabriel's lethal because I have dance, so let's see what happens. Drain. So he drains, and then Revelations. He's probably scared of the Albert. It's power of Albert, honestly. It makes people play a little bit suboptimally. So it's kind of nice for us. So here I just basically just death this thing. Yeah. It's a pretty good draw, actually. Death. We've been drawing really well, I gotta say. So maybe pass because I have nothing. So this is a good sign. He means I feel like he's just got maybe like a handful of removal, which isn't great because we just drew Ninja Arts. And here was an interesting one because I think, yeah, I draw a Blitz Lancer here, and this might have had a chance to be lethal if I just killed the bat, both the bats with the turns here. No, actually I couldn't do that. Never mind. Yeah, that's the play. Or I could have killed the bat with the kill the bat with the Ninja Arts, and this turn played, do this, and then Gabriel my ninja and kill him. But that's kind of not good for us if he plays another Queen Vampire, so then it becomes actually kind of scary for his board. So here's a little more conservative, but yeah. And yeah, we draw Albert, third Albert. It's again pretty lucky. And yeah, we close out the game. Yeah, this was a pretty interesting match. I think it just highlights how you have to be kind of conservative. You have to hold your bursts. Like, we waited for a long time, just kind of not using any revolve points, and once we sort of lowered him a bit on resources, then we sort of like took advantage of his options being reduced because he had to like keep up with us in the beginning. But we still had access to our revolves, which allow for big swings. And at some point, we do just have to, start going at his face. We can't be playing around his vengeance the entire time. Eventually, at some point, we just have to try to kill him. So yep, this will probably be our last Rise of Bahamut gameplay video. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna try to upload some more Tempest of the Gods stuff when I start cracking some packs and seeing what we open. Thanks for watching.